Perfect. It's working. Hello. Hello, Esther. How are you?
Hi, Fabrice. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Good, good, good. So just let wait a little bit that Angela, she's here. Perfect. Angela, how are you? You're in mute.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good, good. Thank you for to be here. We a pleasure to invite you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Perfect. So we can start it just a little, just a little. This session will be recorded. So it will be on the YouTube channel. So everybody will receive after the webinar that it will be registered and cannot attend it. A link to this to get the replay. By the way, they will receive an email to get the replay as well. So tonight, perfect. So tonight we are asking for the amazing development that we had that with Atelier Residence. I love it. And it is why I starting and explain why we can choose Atelier Residence between another project and see exactly because it is why you are here, Angela. I'm very, very happy because
Thank you.
nobody of you know better this project.
Yes, for
For
sure.
sure.
Um, Let me go ahead and share my screen. Can I share my screen from here?
I will starting for this one first table and I will give you the access to change your screen.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so just as I will share the screen for the beginning. Let me know if everything is okay and you can see the screen. You can see the PDF?
Fantastic. Yes, we see
Okay,
it.
amazing. So we make I did a comparable with the stock market and the new construction at your residence because it's exactly what's happened this week. But first of all, for the people that they want to know who they are, what we do, and what is this project. So just to stay, and by the way, this presentation is really a presentation that general. If you want more explanation, if you want more details, don't hesitate. I will put down the link below my electronic calendar. You can take an appointment with us, and with a pleasure, we can meet with Angela that will explain one-on-one, depend the apartment, the line that you want, with the stage that you want, the size that you want, and the price that you want to invest. So this was the first thing. So by the way, I don't know if everybody know me. I'm Fabrice Hernandez. I'm French. You can recognize me by my horrible accent that is very difficult to not. I'm working with Ryan Sehan that at the beginning, the main office is in New York City, in Soho. And I'm a specialist with investment and international. I'm not doing a lot of residential, more commercial, international investment, and all the part that is the rentability and everything that is an investment property. My website is very easy. My first name and my last name. You can find me very easy on this one. So tonight there was this amazing team with Angela. So now is Angela Guru. So congratulations. So that is the in-house agent that is today. We have Esther that we meet Esther. Thank you so much to be here, Esther.
Thank you.
Yes, Esther is a loan officer and she can help you and explain to you exactly what's going on and how you can do the leverage with a mortgage when you want to buy a construction. And me, so Fabrice, I'm a real estate broker. So the question that we heard the most, it is exactly what we put down this PDF. I try to explain to you really simple because always there is some term that we don't understand with the NOI, ROI, whatever you want, and we are completely lost. So we try to explain to you with the simple term. If there is something, you can put your question on the chat, and with a pleasure we will answer to you. So the question that we hear the most, this is what the first and the beginning when you want to investing in the real estate is very complicated. It look like easy, but it's not because today we'll explain with a new development or resale. So new development, we are really the part of the new development, but you can say, yes, but why this new development? There is more than 110 new development here in Miami this today. So which one I have to choose and why I have to choose? We are just here, guys, to answer to this question. And it is why we will explain to you tonight why we choose Atelier Residence. This is something that we have very, very important. And I'm happy that you are here on this webinar. If you like it, don't hesitate, put a like on the video. And you have all the explication tonight why we choose this project. So what we will discussing tonight, why the new construction is strategic and flexible investment. The comparable with the stock market and the real estate new development. I don't talking about the resale because it's completely another process. You don't have the same leverage with the resale property and the new development property. You will learn exactly tonight what is the difference. Other things that I have to buy it cash, is not necessary. You have some reason to not buying cash. First, I don't have all the money, of course. Second, I want to invest with a leverage of the mortgage because I want to put the deduction on my taxes. How? So the new construction, this is really the better things that you can get for the taxes advantage. And you will see exactly on this presentation. And finally, Atelier Residence, new development can be the solution. You will see exactly this one tonight. So the thing that it is, people want to invest in the real estate generally. It is for what? To get an asset, to get a residence, to get both, to get an investment, or to get a passive income. So this is exactly the question that you have to ask you at the beginning. And when you have a real estate broker, if he don't ask you the reason why you want to invest, is not really a good things that you can start in. You must to know where do you go, why do you go, when do you go, and how much do you want to invest? This is the 5 questions that you have to ask to you at the beginning. So these things we will develop today. And any question again, don't hesitate. By the way, let me just put the calendar. If I have the link of the calendar, I will put it on the chat after. I will take a chance after when you do the presentation, Angela, and take the link of the calendar. So the things that it is exactly because there is a lot of people that was telling me, no, look at that, the interest rate we have just here, the interest rate is high, it's not a good moment to buy. There is some crashes. What's happened? Yes, there is some crashes. It is why tonight I want to explain and make the comparable with the stock market and the new development. And this new development, Atelier Residence, I very love it. That you see, my example is a little more higher. You can start it for $416,000. You can search here in Miami. There is not project. Always, usually, when you want to buy a studio for 80%, guys. And Esther, that thing, and Angela too, that you all agree with me, 80% that is almost 700 starting for the price. All of them. So guys, it's very difficult to get the number when we're starting at 700 that you get the number for starting at 400. You, of course, the things that it is very important that at the moment that you want to buy a real estate or a new development, this is the moment that you want to buy it. I don't talking about a moment that is finished. I'm talking about the moment that you have to buy it, you decide to buy it. And we will explain to you when you have to decide it. And because the price that you buy it, this is the rentability that you will get it. Because exactly the same building at the same location, if you buy it for $200,000, this is not the same rentability and not the same number. Because if you are making $3,000 monthly that you buy the unit for $400,000, you are making 7%, 11%. If you buy it 700, you are making 4%. It's completely different. So this is exactly on this PDF that I want to explain to you. There is so many crashes that there is in the stock market. Well, because people say, yes, but in the stock market, they are giving me 5, 6%, no risk, no HOA, no blah, 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 nothing. Yes, like you can see in 2008, 2020, 2022. And this one that you have just here on the screen is last week. You remember the war trade taxes last week. That's exactly what's happened. Usually when we are looking for the stock market, we are looking for the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. Last week, it was a disaster. Like you can see just here on this is exactly a screenshot that the market last week. So you can see, obviously, that you can make 5%, 6%, and just boom. By the way, for the weeks and other weeks, you can lose 20%. Look at that. On the right side here, you have the stock market. For example, let's take a look, 2024 stock market from the Apple. You want to buy the Apple last year in 2024, you are making 30%. Amazing. Yeah. But this year you lose 22%. I don't know. I don't know about you, but me, let's take the example. What's happened when you invest in the stock market? First of all, you pay 100% upfront. If you want to buy for $100,000 for the stock market, you have to pay $100,000 for the stock market. You don't have any control from the asset. You can't leverage you with the mortgage. It's impossible. You cannot make an equity or something, whatever. You taxes heavily on the gains directly. This example is exactly what I took and when I calculate always. When you buy $500,000 of Apple stock, pay in full. You pay it in full. The difference when you want to buy $500,000 in the pre-construction, you pay 10% to reserve, sometimes 20, but never 100%. And again, when you are making money with half of the investment, of course, the percentage will be more higher. Let's see and continue in the analysis. What the pre-construction real estate, leverage plus time. You pay only 10%. This example, 10% depend of the schedule of the payment that you have the developer. But by the way, Angela is here and is a professional. She can explain to you exactly the schedule. Schedule can be flexible and depend of your situation. You can say me, I just have the situation this afternoon that the guy is just sold a business in France for 4 million euro, not dollars, 4 million euro. And he said, but I have my money only at the end of the week. Okay, that's it. It's good. So if you want to buy a new construction, you don't have the 10% today. Okay, you have it in 1 week. This is flexible, completely different in the stock market. If you want to buy today, because the market is at, the stock is at $2, if you wait next week, it will be at 10. It's completely different. Also, it will be less, depend. So it's completely different. And it is why a lot of people was thinking that the stock market is very good. Look at that. Look at this example, because this is the typical example that you can realize that the risk that you have in the stock market between versus the risk that you have in real estate and not resell. I'm talking about new development. And again, I love the Atelier Residence because you cannot have a luxury residence for this price in nowhere in Miami. You can check it out. There is, again, more than 110 new construction. You can check on my YouTube, on my website. Sorry. We have all the new construction on my website. You go to the new development folder and you will see there is not at this price. Property value, when you want to buy a real estate, a new development, often the price rises before the delivery. It is why when they're starting on the groundbreaking, you have what we name friend and family prices. What is it? It is exactly the less price that you can have, because after when the building popping up, that's less the unit that there is available, of course, the price that it will be more higher. You have completely the control. You have to be sure that your property that you buy today take at least 30%. We have all the number, we have all the proof, always is like this. This is the example. So I'm talking about the language that we don't know, the ROI, return of investment in the pre-construction. Listen, because this is the comparable that I did it just before with the stock market. You want to purchase a property that is $500,000. You have to put 20%. 20% is $100,000. The appreciation for one new construction, at least at the delivery, is 30%. The final value is $650. The ROI on the cash, because remember, you put only $100,000, is 150% before the closing. You never get this one with no risk with the stock market. The flexibility that you don't get in the market, you can assign, sell before. So, hold on. Assign, sometimes we have to ask before the developer. There is some developer that they don't want to sign the contract. So this one, it is, sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not possible. You can make sometimes, and I think that Atelier Residences is possible to make the Airbnb, right? It is. So you can make the Airbnb and you can make some more money. You can use the financing at the delivery if you need it. So, but why you have to buy now? It is exactly what I explained to you before. You have the friend and family prices at the beginning of the new construction. The mistake that the investor make, they want to waiting the delivery to invest is a big, big, big mistake. Why? Because at the delivery, the price is not the same. You back that I was telling you in the slide before, you lose 30% at least. Of course, obviously, you can have because we are very lucky. I don't know if this is the chance, but we are very lucky because the price of Miami is going up every single year. We are not still at the price from California and New York. So hopefully, maybe there is, I don't have a crystal ball, but maybe year by year, the price will go and increase with your property. But don't make the mistake to waiting for the delivery to invest. Comparing the real estate to the liquid assets is a big, big, big mistake. It's a passive asset, but it's an asset. Understanding the appreciation during the construction, this is very important. You have to hiring a professional that he can do, a professional like us, a professional like Angela, and explain to you exactly what the market, because of course, if you live in Miami and you know the area, you know exactly the price and you know the market, great. But usually it's not like that. You have a job, we have a job. We are professional in the job, we live in the area, we know exactly the market. We can make the comparable, and it is why I say you tonight, $416,000 for a new property, luxury property here in Miami, it doesn't exist. Believe me. And finally, we can have the leverage with the mortgage. It is why Esther, she's here, and she can explain to us how we can do if I want to do this example that I just did it, or another one, if I want to buy a property in the new construction. Esther.
Okay, so Angela is going to present first, or do I present first?
I think that you can present first. Yes. Angela.
Okay. Go back to the other slide. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, go to the other slide. Okay, my name is Esther Acosta. I'm a mortgage specialist from Bay Mortgage Capital. We are in a wholesale channel. We are mortgage brokers. So we have the opportunity to tailor a loan according to your special needs, to your special situation, because we have different lender partners with different products and different guidelines. So depending on your specific financial situation, we can tailor a loan for you. This is like an overview, a high overview of about the interest rate market, that how it's been developing between February 28 and yesterday. So
Okay.
you can see the interest rate has been, like changing, but not too much. It is, all of them are around the high 60s. It could be for investment properties specifically, it could be like in the sevens, and that it's presumed that could be the behavior during this year between the six and the seven heights. So that is what, according to um, yesterday's a communication from Redfin, this is what they presume that would be the behavior of the market.
Okay. So
So
the rate. Okay.
yes, so let's go to the other slide. Let's say that in this reconstruction Atelier Miami, we are going to buy a studio for that size 360 square feet.
Okay.
Right? So the deposit schedule, and Angela will correct me if I'm wrong, it is 20% at contract, 20% at groundbreaking, and 10% at top of that will total 50%. That is what you need to put down before the building is completed. And then the other 50% would be due at closing, and then is the moment when you can finance this other 50%. So according to this one, the loan amount will be half of 429,600, which is the purchase price for a unit like this.
Okay.
And the loan amount would be 214,800. Let's say that you are as this building is mostly used as Airbnb, so it could be investment property, or even you can use it as a second home. So on your vacation, you can come and stay, I don't know, 1 month, 2 weeks, or whatever. Let's say that the interest rate at that moment when the building is completed, it could be at 7.75. Let's suppose that it could be at this amount. Always is higher than when you are going to buy primary residence. So including the homeowners association, the association payment, that would be 1.65 per square feet,
Good
your
point.
total mortgage amount would be 2,827, and it would include the principal and interest, the homeowners insurance, and the property taxes. These property taxes has been calculating, especially for Miami, that year after year, it's supposed to increase 1.8% of the purchase price. So that is why this amount is the monthly property taxes that you should have in a property with this purchase price. So this would be your total mortgage payment, including the homeowners association.
Okay, after
So
so yes, after so you will have only to calculate exactly what the income that you can do. This one we can do it by the one-on-one. There is no problem because you have a different option at the moment that you want to calculate the income, because you have the first solution that you have maybe a program. Angela will say to us this one. The second one you can manage by yourself, I guess. And the third one that you can hiring a property management company. So, and this one make a difference, because sometimes you have the property management company that it charge you 20% of the gross income. And but by the way, at the moment that you have here for $200,000 mortgage and something that this property, I know exactly approximately what we can rent. The average for the vacancy is very low, that the occupancy is very nice on this area. So by one-on-one, one appointment, we can make the number with a pleasure, and depend if you really need a 50% down payment, a 50% mortgage, or maybe 20, 30, 40, 60,
exactly.
depend of the situation, is exactly what we'll explain to you. We can make the number, Esther.
Exactly. And in the other slide, we can,
Oh, sorry.
in this slide, we can see what the loan requirements are. So everybody can apply for this loan, even the foreign nationals, because
Yes,
they are allowed.
yeah, this
You
is my
will need,
question, because I saw that there is the FICO for 27, 25 and plus. So,
yes,
but the foreign,
most of our banks, they require a FICO of 660, like minimum.
got it.
But as a higher your FICO, the better the interest rate, because the interest rate just is a measure of the risk that the bank will incur by lending you. So if you have a 720 plus FICO, it will help to set up your interest rate, even when you can buy down points to get the interest rate lower
Sure.
to certain amount. So the gift funds as allowed. No mortgage insurance are required in any of these non-QM investor programs. You can also do delay financing up to 180 days. What that means, if you pay cash, after you get the keys of your apartment, after the closing, you can require a mortgage, and the bank is willing to lend you up to 90% of the purchase price.
Okay.
It all will depend on the mortgage, so it will be to be evaluated case by case. The maximum LTV would be 75% in the purchase.
Okay.
That is not the same in the loan financing. And well, as I told before, the foreign nationals are allowed. For foreign nationals, the minimum down payment would be 30%. So it all depends on the numbers. You will need, in order to fill out the contract, you will need a deposit schedule of 50%. But if the numbers and if in your personal situation allow it, we can give you back the difference between 75 or 30 from to the 50. So
Perfect.
you can have that amount back.
Okay, so we are very excited because you see why is better the new construction, how we can get a mortgage for the new construction. But let's see now, give the hand to Angela and explain you see this amazing project, development project. I love it. I love it because You know, Angela, and honestly, and this area, you don't have it at this price. There is
No,
there
I
is
know.
there is
We're
not.
the only ones at this price, so it's a very, very special product.
So yeah, so I will stop the share and give you the access to share your
Oh, yes, I
screen.
can share my screen.
Yes, because we are really excited to see this project and see the condition and the possibility that there is to do. Because we heard Esther that he was telling us that there is an Airbnb program. There is possible that me that I say that the price starting at $416,000. I don't think I did a mistake, but
You didn't. I will show you everything right now. I just need to share screen. I don't have, oh, share here. I'm sorry. 1 second. Give me just 1 second. It's
sure.
starting. Okay, perfect. Boom. Do you see my screen?
We see. Yes, perfect.
Okay, fantastic. So the name of the project is Atelier Residences Miami. So like I said, we just launched this project in the month of November, end of November, December, and we officially launched sales in January. So we're still really, really new to the market, which is obviously amazing because you're coming into a project at the first list of prices with all the incentives and all the special things that you want to get at the beginning, right?
Right.
So to give you a quick overview about the project before we go slide by slide in detail, let me tell you, this is a condo. This is a short-term rental condo with a hotel concept. It is not a condo hotel. Just keep that in mind. It's very important to understand that.
Exactly.
So short-term rental condo hotel concept with hotel-like amenities, facilities, services, and even your units are going to look just like hotel rooms, but larger and more complete. So when I say more complete, what do I mean? You're going to have kitchens, kitchenettes, washer, dryer, and all the equipment necessary, okay? Usually a hotel room does not have all of these things, but we do. This is 10 stories, 148 residences in total. You're going to have 144 in your main building and 4 additional townhouses in the back part of the building. You're right on Coral Way, across the street from Boulangerie, Doguerepas, Mykonos Greek Restaurant. There's like a lot of restaurants, very casual, everyday kind of vibe. Here you can take a look at the map to have a better idea. So where the pin is, that says Atelier Residences Miami, that would be our location. Exact address is going to be 1265 Southwest 22nd Street, Miami, Florida 33145. So you're literally in the heart of Miami, minutes away from all the main attractions. So this is really important. Any investor will want to be close to everything. So what I usually tell our clients is that we have to get in the head of the guest, the tourist, that person that comes to Miami and would stay in our building. The question is, what do those people come here to do? They come here to party. They come here to go to the beach. They come here to shop. They come here to relax. They come here to work. So what better than being in the center, 5 minutes away from Brickell, where you have your financial district, the Brickell City Center, the nightlife, 8 minutes away from the Grove with the Coco Walk, the Sky Museum, all the shops, restaurants. Coral Gables, 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away from Key Biscayne, 15 from South Beach, where we're actually going to be offering an exclusive beach club as well, which is also very important. As you know, most of the tourists, most of those guests that come to Miami, they want to go shopping and they want to go to the beach. So having access to the beach, very, very important. Also, 10 minutes away from the airport, Wynwood, Design, everything is super close. So prime location. Regarding our team, we're going to have our developer, who also did the Paramount World Center in the downtown area. They also did the Hyatt Regency Grand Reserve. They worked with the Paraisos in the Edgewater area, as well as a number of hotel chains in the Caribbean. So this makes us very experienced in the type of product that we're currently offering. Regarding our architecture, we're going to have Gensler. They also did the 128 Southwest 7th, the Line Miami, Florida, Westin Cocoa Beach, and Pearl House, New York City. And the interior designer is Pfeiffer House, that they also designed the Aston Martin residences. So this obviously only tells you that our units are going to be very, very sophisticated. The finishes are going to be, wow, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So jumping to talk about our residences, like I mentioned at the beginning, we have 148 residences in total and 10 stories. So in your main building, you're going to have 132 studios, 3 different types of studios. Okay, so you're going to have your standard suites, presidential suites, and your lockout suites. They're all going to look the same. It's just going to vary in square footage. Then you're going to have 12 one bedrooms that we call them the junior suites. and 4 townhouses with 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms and a half, and 1,500 square feet. Remember, this is hotel concept, so your units are going to look like hotel rooms, but a little bit larger and more complete. Okay. Let me go ahead and show you.
Completely furnished, I guess.
Yes, of course, fully furnished, finished, and equipped. I'm going to cover just right now. So here you can take a look at one of our floor plans where you can enter from the right side. This would be all the standard suites. So standard suite, presidential, and lockout. Remember, they're going to look the same. It's just going to vary in the square footage. So entering from your right side, washer, dryer, kitchenette with a complete refrigerator, micro oven, 3 stoves, bathroom, bedroom, living room with a sofa bed, and a floor to ceiling window. So the standard suite is 360 square feet. Your presidential is 420 square feet. And your lockouts are going to be 330 square feet. So the lockout is basically the same unit, just with a door, an internal door that connects you to another identical unit. So ideal for investors, right? So let me go ahead and show you our renders. All of our units come completely furnished, finished, and equipped. When I say equipped, what do I mean? You're going to have everything from your bed sheets to your towels to your kitchen utensils to absolutely everything that you need to have this unit up and running in the market. But not only that, let's say you run out of toilet paper, your bed sheets get old, your towels get damaged. All of this is going to be automatically restocked for no additional cost. It's included in the package of incentives that we're currently offering. So this is huge. Then you're going to have, 10-foot ceilings, blackout roller shades, therapeutic beds, Wi-Fi, cable, in-room safe, and the entrance to the unit is going to be with a card, just like in a hotel. So very, very exclusive. So here you can take a look at our kitchenettes with the LED lighting, 3 stoves, complete refrigerator, micro oven inside, and then your bathrooms with quartz in the tops, a lot of illumination, gold details, and remember, everything is included and restocked as necessary. So then for our junior suites with 500 square feet, you're going to be entering from your left side, integrated kitchen, dining area, washer, dryer, living room with a sofa bed, then a pocket door to your bedroom. Here you can take a look to some of the photos. So this would be your bedroom. Everything together here. Another one. And there you go. And last but not least, our townhouses. These are only 4. 3 beds, 3 baths and a half, 1,500 square feet. Entering from your left side, you're going to have your kitchen, living room, first bed, first bath, powder and laundry to your second floor, primary bed, primary bath, and walk-in closet, second bed, second bath, and walk-in closet, with access to a balcony in this case. Okay, these are for $2 million. I'm telling you the price right now because it won't come up in the availability. So here you can see some of the renders. We don't have all of them because they haven't been released yet. We will release them as soon as we open our sales gallery next month. So it's kind of like a surprise to everything else. And then let me go ahead and show you our property. We have 15,000 square feet of resort style amenities, and these are going to be divided between your 4th floor, your 3rd floor, and your ground floor. So to start with the ground floor, here you can see the location of the townhouses, A, B, C, and D. You're going to have covered parking in the ground floor, 2nd and 3rd level as well. This is valet only, as well as electrical chargers. And we're also going to have a vehicle that you're going to be able to use to go around the neighbor area. So let's say the guest wants to go to the airport, Coconut Grove, Gables, Key Biscayne Beach. They will be able to use this car for no cost. It's like a free Uber, let's say. Then you're going to have your lobby with 24/7 front desk and concierge. Very amazing. Yeah. Coffee bar, beverage station, a restaurant with an award-winning chef by James Beard, a ghost kitchen concept, and a signature bar as well. Room service. And then the entrance to your building, which is very boutique, very Coral Gables, but more modern, I will say. And then on your 2nd floor, more covered parking. 3rd floor, more covered parking. And your members club, Kaya. So Kaya stands for Come As You Are, and it's an homage to the Vizcaya Museum. So the first year of this membership is included for the owners, and you're going to have members-only events and activations, private dining, lounge, and other social spaces that will be accessible to all owners and guests, including programming for salon-style thought leader, kid-friendly health and wellness education, signature coffee bar, private meeting rooms, music and event programming. So super, super complete. And then jumping to your 4th floor, we're going to have our pool with day beds and cabanas, food and beverage service, towel service as well. And then we're going to look at,
there is an additional fee if the owner want to, or of course the guest want to use the amenities, the cabana or something.
no additional cost. The only place that will have additional cost is going to be the members club. So the first year is free for the owners, but if the second year they want to renew, this is going to be $2,500 a year to have access to the members club. That's pretty much it. And obviously, since we have a very like strong wellness component, we're going to have a spa with scene, sauna, cold plunge, yoga studio, meditation area, and a lot of wellness and performance programs.
Yeah.
Some of them will have some cost. Like if you want to do, let's say hormone balancing or a massage for in 1 hour, like, yeah, those things are going to have an additional cost, but because they're services, right? So you're going to have longevity vitalization programs, coach, trainer, counsel, hormone balancing, thermal therapeutic, IV nutrition programs, juice, beverage, meal programs. So all of these will have a cost. It's not included because it's obviously a service, right?
Right.
So thermal spa, showers, massage treatments, regenerative therapy, nutrition coaching, super complete. So like I said, if you want to get like a spa weekend in the building, you can absolutely do that. You know, you can just get away, come here, book a few nights, get your spa weekend. And then as you can see at the bottom, our standard suites begin. And then from the 5th towards your 10th, you're going to have a mix of your standard suites, lockout suites, junior suites, and then your presidential. So the junior suites are the corner units, the 1 bedrooms, line 11 and line 22. The presidentials, line 13 and line 20. Then you're going to have your standards and your lockouts from 15 towards the 18th. Remember, the lockout studios are the ones that are 330 square feet each, and they're connected by an internal door. So 15 and 16 connected, 17, 18 connected as well. Let me give you a quick overview of our views. So here you can see northeast with some Brickell towards the back, a lot of green. Remember, this is a residential area, so this means you have no obstructive views, no competition. It's also a no flood zone, which is also very important. And it's a very calm area that you can sleep at night. And if you want to go to the Miami movement, you are super close to absolutely everything. So prices, our favorite part. So like Fabrice was saying, we were starting at $416. We actually just raised prices, but we're still starting at $410 for your lockout suites.
So this
and
is
obviously,
exactly, Angie, sorry to cut in.
yeah,
It is exactly what I say. That the investor, if he's waiting for the delivery, obviously he will pay the apartment more expensive. And I have a lot of clients that understood for a long time that the new construction, the better time that you have to buy it is at the moment that it's starting, because we see, and you just was telling us that there is lockout studio that is 4,010, still the 2-1, but after it will jump to 425. So like we can see $15,000 more. You see? So this is exactly what I was explaining, the benefit of the new construction. This is this figure, and I'm very, very happy that you see to us that this slide, because we can realize exactly what's going on.
Yes, that is correct. We actually just raised prices this past, end of the week last week. So this is very, very new. And there will be another price increase, of course, as soon as we open that sales gallery in the 2nd week of May, which is going to be a little bit more aggressive. This time it was a little price increase from $416 to $425, and the lockouts from $400 to $410. So, it's time to start investing. It's time to start looking into Atelier.
Exactly, Angie. This is what I said. When is the time to buy? Is now.
It's right now. It's literally right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to have, starting on your 4th floor for the standard suites at $425, 5th floor at $435. Obviously, the upper you go, the more expensive the unit is going to be. Then lockouts on the 5th floor at $410, and your junior suites 1 bedrooms on the 5th floor, $599, 6th, $645, 7th, $660. And remember, the townhouses were at $2 million. So this is the most important part about this project. This is my favorite part as well. It makes this project very, very attractive. So we basically have a rental program that is going to be managed by First Service Residential. This is a very well-known company across the United States, specifically in New York and Miami. They're becoming really, really big. So they're going to manage the rental program from A to Z for no fees and no splits. So in comparison to your traditional condo hotel model, that they usually charge you a 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60% of your rental revenue in some cases. In this case, no fees, no splits. 90% of the rental revenue is going to go to the condo owner. Why do we say 90 and not 100? Because they will be directly affiliated with Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, and all these platforms do have a cost for the use. So as you know, when you put your unit in Airbnb, Airbnb will charge you about a 3% fee when you rent the unit. So that is what it's referring to. Let me give you a quick 2-night, 6-night rental example. So here we can see that for 2 nights, our guest will pay $651, and owners, you will get $556.50. 6 nights, $1,713, and owners will get $1,429.50. So here we need to take into consideration a few points. Point number 1 is that, of course, these numbers are not net. We're not technically allowed to share net numbers, but if you look into it, you will understand how it works. Point number 2 is that we're estimating about $200 a night a low season, $225 a mid-season, and $275 a high season. Point number 3 is that the numbers that I just shared are extremely conservative because, as you well know, in such a great location in Miami for such a complete product, $200 a night, it is quite low. You can probably get much more, but we like to be conservative. And point number 4 is that there's no low season in Miami because you have the summer with the Latinos, the winter with the Europeans and the Canadians, Art Basel, Miami Spice, Boat Show, Formula One, Music Week, you name it. Messi in the Stadium, Ken Griffin and Citadel, Microsoft. There's really so much going on in Miami that this only tells you that the property is going to constantly appreciate in value and that you're probably going to be able to make more for a nightly rate. So to understand better this table, we can see here that the room fee would be $225 a night. So 2 nights, $450. Cleaning fee would be $120. That's something that the guest will pay. I'm sorry, my cat. Then you're going to have your resort fee, which is 5%, $22 in this case, and your state and local taxes, $58.50. So that comes to that $651 that the guest will pay you. But as you can see over here, it says that the room fee will be $450, which is for you as an owner. Cleaning fee $120, they pay it to you, and then you give it to the cleaning people, to the HOA, so they can pay the cleaning. And host service fee, which is a 3% room fee. That is the only thing they're discounting you from your numbers. So you're making $450. The only thing you're getting charged there is $13.50, which is amazing. Everything else, owners. Okay. Which is fantastic. So jumping to talk about our HOAs, we have $1.65 a square foot, and this will include your reserves, Wi-Fi and cable, waste management, pest control, window cleaning on exterior, water for common and residential areas, utilities for common areas, amenities and maintenance, landscaping on shared facilities, exterior insurance, first service residential, and your property taxes for exterior and common areas.
It's cheap.
So this,
it's very cheap.
I know, I know. It's amazing.
Yes.
So I usually do like a quick
when there is a system with Airbnb, usually is $185, $2 something, $195, $165, and you have all included.
Everything in this project is very convenient. So I like to do like a quick math example. So if your HOA is $1.65 and most of our units are the standard suites of 360 square feet, this means your HOA is going to come out to be $594 a month.
Yes.
Which you're able to pay and cover with renting the unit 3 nights at a low season at that conservative number that I gave you, which is incredible. But not only that, of course, we do have to add the taxes that are about 1.85% of the purchase price, and FPL, which we could estimate about $115 a month, plus your insurance for your units. So all of this is probably going to come out to be around $1,400 a month, which you're able to cover by renting your unit 7 times in 1 month at that low season at that conservative number, which is, again, incredible. But not only that, we're also estimating a 70% occupancy, which means you're not only covering your expenses, but you're getting cash flow, which is exactly what all of you investors are looking for.
Yeah.
So jumping to talk about our furniture and packaging, like I mentioned at the beginning, right now we're giving the units fully furnished, finished, and equipped, but this is not something that's going to last forever. This is an incentive. Afterwards, we're going to be selling the units, and there's going to be an additional cost for the furnishing package and for the equipment, of course, as well. So just keep that in mind. Right now is really the best time to get into the project. So regarding our construction and deposit, we're looking at a 20% at contract, which is right now, 20% at the groundbreaking, which is at the end of this year, so November, December 2025, 10% at top off, which is mid 2026, and 50% at closing mid 2027. So I did cover everything for you today. Fabrice, feel free to take right now. There you go. I stopped sharing.
Perfect. So thank you so much for this this really amazing project. I love it. And really, this is the price. You have many questions. There is no problem. You can ask. You can send a WhatsApp. You can call us. You can take an appointment directly on the link that there is on the chat. This is my electronic calendar. So take an appointment with us. You come and ask, and we can make a presentation 101 and answer to all the questions that you have. But really, you have the information on the website as well, so you can take it. And this session will be recorded. This will be on YouTube, so you can see again. But don't hesitate. This is better than to take an appointment for nothing than to keep in the doubt. Thank you so much, Angie, for this presentation. It was very amazing. A pleasure to invite you at this webinar.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure being here tonight. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Esther, for all this explanation. Again, by the way, you want a personally exactly a study personalized with Esther for the mortgage. Don't hesitate, take an appointment with us. Esther, she's the part of the team, so there is no problem. We can make a Zoom. You can do all the explication, depending on that payment that you have, the money that you have coming, that you have to do want to invest really. Take an appointment with us. Only ask. Perfect.
Thank you,
So thank
Fabrice,
you
for
so
having
much.
me here.
Yeah, sure, Esther. Thank you so much, everyone. And see you on the next client, of course.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
All right.
everybody. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
evening.
Have a good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.